Hi, my name is Pat, and this is my channel, Book Chat with Pat, and I'm glad that you're here. Today, I'm going to be reviewing Reuven Fenton's debut novel entitled GOYHOOD, which will be published on May 28th. Reuven Fenton, a graduate of Yeshiva University and Columbia University School of Journalism, has been a reporter with the New York Post since 2007. He's the author of Stolen Years, Stories of the Wrongfully Imprisoned, which he was inspired to write after covering the 2013 court hearing in which a Brooklyn judge freed David Ranta, who had served 22 years after he was wrongfully convicted of murdering a rabbi. GOYHOOD is Fenton's first novel. I read an advanced copy of this novel that was sent to me by the author. GOYHOOD is the poignant and often very funny story of the relationship between two brothers, David and Marty, also called Mayor, who are fraternal twins and who are about as different as any pair of brothers can be. It is about the renewal of their relationship after many years of estrangement. And ultimately, through the device of a long, wild road trip, it's a novel about the journey to find oneself. The novel opens in Moab, Georgia, when these twin brothers, David and Marty, are 12 years old, living pretty much in abject poverty and in a state of neglect at the hands of their often absent and probably alcoholic mother, Ida Mae, who keeps questionable company with a variety of male callers. The boys are left primarily to their own devices when we first meet them. Very early in the novel, though, a new rabbi comes to town, and Ida Mae reveals to the rabbi and to her sons that the family, which has never practiced any religion at all, is in fact Jewish. This new disclosure does not mean all that much to David, but to Marty, it seems to be exactly the revelation that he has been seeking. The novel then flashes forward to the adulthood of these young men. Now the brothers are grown men, 40 years old, leading extraordinarily different lives. We find out that Marty, now called Mayor, has devoted his entire life to the study of Judaism. He has attended a yeshiva where he went after he made his bar mitzvah when he was 13. And he is now living in Brooklyn in an Orthodox Jewish community, and he's married to the daughter of a legendary rabbi. He's also completely estranged from his brother David, who has led a life of drug and alcohol abuse and many questionable money-making schemes. However, at the age of 40, David does seem to have made a fortune in the e-cigarette business. These completely different and totally estranged brothers are reunited early in the novel when their mother, Ida Mae, unexpectedly dies, and Mayor is called to return to Georgia for his mother's funeral. Through a new series of revelations in a letter that Ida Mae had written to the local rabbi, her sons learn that Ida Mae lied about being Jewish. She reveals in this letter that her own mother not only was not Jewish, but that her mother was in fact the daughter of Nazis. While this is shocking news to the local rabbi and to David, it has a cataclysmic effect on Meir, who has devoted his entire life to his Jewish identity. Everything about his life is now being called into question. If his mother wasn't Jewish, then he isn't Jewish. He therefore isn't really married to his wife Sarah. And in fact, everything that he thought he knew about his life is now a lie. Meir realizes that he now has to convert to Judaism in order to resume his life with his wife and with his Orthodox community in Brooklyn. In the intervening week between the death of their mother and the ceremony for Meir's conversion to Judaism, David is able to convince Meir to go on a road trip. What follows next, and what makes up really the bulk of the novel, is this incredible madcap journey that the two brothers take, along with the cremated remains of their mother, Idame, who journeys with them in an urn. And they journey throughout the deep South. Along the way, they pick up some other companions, with the most endearing of all being a junkyard, one-eyed dog named Popeye that they rescue. They have some unbelievable adventures on this journey, some of which almost get them killed. But the overall tone of this section is delightfully lighthearted and sometimes riotously funny. At the outset of the journey, you cannot imagine how these two diametrically opposed brothers will possibly survive a road trip together without killing each other. Of course, not only do they survive the journey, but they also heal their broken relationship along the way. On this road trip, or pilgrimage, if you will, Meir faces one existential crisis after another, crises of faith and identity. But what makes this novel really interesting and engaging is the growth and development of the relationship between these once totally estranged brothers. This is ultimately a novel of healing and reparation, which comes in the most surprising and unexpected ways. It did my heart a lot of good to read this novel, and I think it will do yours good too, should you read it. The novel will be released on May 28th from Simon and Schuster. So that is a little bit about Reuven Fenton's soon-to-be released novel, GOYHOOD. As always, I thank you for watching. I hope that you're doing well. I'll speak with you again soon. Take care.